Yo, good morning, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. It's your boy Tyrus Bane, aka The Definition, aka Snapzilla Gorilla, coming at y'all with a quick live stream. I just wanted to highlight, what's going on in one part of New York. Now, I want to give a shout out to Queen's Throne for bringing this to my attention. She shared a video on her channel. Go check out Queen's Throne. She shared a video on her channel where this guy is, I forgot his name, his YouTube channel, but go check that out. He explains what's going on in Jackson Heights, Queens, New York, the neighborhood of Jackson Heights. And he's talking about the migrant crisis, the migrant gangs, and the criminality that's going on there. And, if you want to, he can expound on that, right? He can expound on that. I will give a brief explanation. I will surmise what basically is going on in Jackson Heights, New York. But if you guys want to know the full info, go check out Queen's Throne. She shared his video, and it's like an hour long. You guys can go check that out. I listened to the whole hour while I was working out and on my way to the workout. So I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. So basically what's going on in Jackson Heights, New York is there is a lot of migrant activity, a lot of criminal migrant activity, right? And the government of New York created an atmosphere that is basically instrumental in this criminal activity to occur. Now, a lot of it is basically, Marcy T, what's good? How you doing? A lot of the criminality that is occurring is basically these migrants are basically stealing from stores. They're going into stores and they're jacking shit, right? They're shoplifting, all this, that, and the third. Well, the city of New York, right? The state of New York decriminalized shoplifting, basically. So these people can go in there into private company stores and take their shit and they're reselling it out on the street. But that's not the only thing that's happening. You also have gang activity, right? Venezuelan gang activity where they're active in these communities doing all kind of different shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they're causing amount of terror out there, and people are getting fed up, right? So that's basically what's going on. Many migrants are going into parts of New York, and it's not just New York, but I'm highlighting New York right now because of how the people of New York are responding to this. And I have a solution for those people in New York, right? Because of the complaints they have. So basically you have these Venezuelan gangs. They are active in Jackson Heights, New York. And they're stealing shit. They're robbing people. They're killing. All this, that, and the third, right? But like I said, you want more of an explanation, go to Queen's Throne. Check out the video that she shared there. Queen's Throne, no apostrophe. After no apostrophe in Queens, okay? So basically, what are the people of New York calling for? They're calling for the National Guard to basically do what they did in the subway, right? Where there was a lot of criminality going on in the subway, actual criminality, right? Well, here's the problem with that. When you call for things like that, when you call for your government to come through with guns and shit and the military to come and basically take over and basically put you into martial law, that is a problem for you, not just the migrants. Because here's what's going on. New York City police officers, they are shutting down these side markets, right? Basically, they have an open black market operating on the streets of New York, right? They're selling food and they're reselling stuff they stole. They're selling knockoff products. And the cops, they go in. Oh, what's good, Stacy? Good morning. They go in, they shut this shit down, but a few hours later, they're just reopening their shit. That is not a solution. Clearly, because the New York City officials, the New York State officials, they are the ones that are allowing this to happen. They're saying, oh yeah, no, yeah, you can shut them down, but all they're gonna do is reopen. There is nothing really going on to help these people, right? Oh, thank you for sharing that, Stacy. Stacy shared a link to Queen's Throne's channel. Y'all go check that out. And check out all her other content too. She has great content dealing with a lot of different things in regards to true crime, with a lot of focus on child trafficking and things of that nature, child SA and all those things. But listen, the cops, right? They're defunding the police. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing, but of course they see it as a bad thing because they don't see it. How do we stop these people from doing what they're doing? And that's why I put in the title, this is why 2A is crucial. What is 2A? It's Second Amendment, basically, right? Not necessarily the Second Amendment itself, but what it outlines in the Second Amendment, which is that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Because this is not just going on in New York. This is going on in Colorado. This is going on in Chicago, right? But of course, you have these naysayers. They'll come out and say, oh, well, the city official said that it's not happening. When we see all the evidence all over the place. Some guy came in, Moses Smith came through yesterday when I was talking about something, said that, there's no, the mayor said there's not happening. When we know it fucking is, all right? Let's put on our thinking cap, shall we? Let's put on our thinking caps and think beyond our status mind, right? Think beyond the status veil that we have pulled over our eyes, the status wool. So you want the National Guard to come through and handle your business. Understand that if you have people invading your community and they're stealing shit, they're robbing people, they're killing people, and they're armed and all this other shit, and your so-called protectors known as the police department, they're impotent and they're unable to do anything final. They're unable to do anything. It's your responsibility to take up arms and defend your own shit, not to call the state military to come through. That should be the last resort. See, first of all, this is what should happen. This is what's supposed to happen. Your military is supposed to protect the borders from without. You understand what I'm saying? Your military should be at the border, facing away from their country, facing away from the interior, and ensuring that these people don't come in this motherfucker in the first place like they doing. But they failed at that. So now we want to have them turn inward toward us within our own communities and commence with martial law. Basically, you want them to come through and you want to show them that you can't do anything without them. See, that's the worst thing that you can do with government, is when there's a crisis that you're facing within your local community, right? Because Jackson Heights, Queens is a very small community. Well, if you can't handle your own small community and drive these motherfuckers out, that's a problem. That shows that you cannot be independent, that you wouldn't know what to do with your freedom, right? If you had freedom, you wouldn't know what to do with it. That's a problem. And this is why 2A is so important. But what happened was the people of New York allowed their government to implement all these laws and all this bullshit to disarm them and to make them weak and to create victims out of them. They have created victims of their own people. And now the people in New York are looking for the government to come through and do some shit that they should have had the ability to do in the first place, which is take up arms and say, nah, motherfucker, you ain't doing this here. No. Because nothing is stopping these gangs from having firearms themselves. The same shit happened in Colorado. Colorado used to be a lot more free with the right to keep and bear arms. But then over the last few years, they have been chipping away at people's rights. But let me tell y'all what's going on. The New York City Police Department just told you that they are impotent, they're weak, and they cannot protect you. So what does that also mean? That means that you should look to the 2A at that point and say, oh, you motherfuckers are worthless. I'm gonna handle this myself. And when they try to prosecute you for that shit, well, right, you have to make sure the nation is looking at you. Bring attention to yourself and say, hey, these motherfuckers allowed all these criminal migrants to come over here and terrorize our community, and they didn't do shit about it. So guess what? We took it upon ourselves to do something about it. And when we did, all of a sudden, They had the manpower, they had the resources to start arresting us. You see how that worked? Show the people that our government has their priorities fucked up. This is the perfect opportunity. Those laws in New York, right? Those gun control laws in New York, they're a paper tiger. All you have to do is say, hey, this shit ain't working. We have to do something. Right? If you're sick and tired, and it doesn't even have to be just migrants, right? It could be local, it could be gangs that existed, native gangs. You should be able to do the same shit. Right? Well, shit. The cops ain't doing shit. These motherfuckers are operating as they see fit. And the cops, they pick and choose when they want to hem these motherfuckers up. But see, they need the gangs to operate to a degree. They need the gangs to operate to justify their existence. In order to justify the existence of the police, in order to justify the existence of the government, they need that element of danger that they will protect you from. Well, guess what? Guess what? You can do that for yourself. You can protect yourself. You can get all the men, all the able-bodied men in your community, and you guys can train with weapons and all this other shit. Y'all can y'all can do patrols and all that, and let these motherfuckers know, hey, we care about our community, and we're going to take up responsibility to protect our community. The cops are secondary. The cops are just coming through to clean up. We're the ones that are actually going to prevent the violence within our own community. That's what should be happening. And the police department, well, it should be a private police force that is hired by the community and answers to the people within the community, not politicians, not elected officials. No, you don't get control of that. The people should be controlling the enforcement arm, right, within their own communities. This is a perfect example of what happens when you let the government run the show. Because they allowed these people to come in here. They allowed them to set up shop in New York. They gave them all these resources, right? They gave them all this shelter and then kicked them out, right? They gave them all these resources and then stopped, right? This is what's going on. If you go watch that video, that's what he's saying. These people, right? And I'm not even just talking about the criminal element. I'm talking about the people that came here with this false hope that they were going to have a better life, right? Oh, they're giving this shelter, they're giving all this money, and then they're cut off. And so now they're desperate. And so what happens? The Venezuelan gangs that come over here, they recruit them. They recruit them to join their gangs and to get it cracking like that. And so they start recruiting. And the migrants, right? The migrants that originally were not criminals, right? They came over here, you know, to mind their own business, and they wanted to operate and work and all that other shit. Well, guess what? They'd recruited into these gangs. See, that's why I say the government has created this atmosphere, has created conditions that allowed this to occur. And we're going to look to government to come fix it? No, they don't want to fix it. They want to put a Band-Aid on it and make sure that you still need them. Because if they get rid of, no, listen, it's up to y'all. I keep going back to this town in Mexico where they were being terrorized by the cartels. And we know how strong the cartels are in Mexico. Well, guess what? The people in this town, they decided to take up arms and start going in on these cartel members that will go up in there. And guess what? It worked. We're talking about people. Yeah, some of these individuals, they had semi-automatic weapons. Some of them had, you know, like AR-15s and whatnot. But a lot of them, they had fucking chamber-fed goddamn bolt-action rifles. You know what I'm saying? And they handled their business. They would capture these motherfucking cartel members, tie their ass up, torture their ass, in anywhere USA. In anywhere USA. The able-bodied men of that community. Not the police, not the military. The first line of defense are the people of that community that give the fuck the most. Bottom line. RIP to your stream. What are you talking about, man? You talking about, man? Anyway, whatever. Y'all let me know what y'all. Anyway, whatever. Y'all let me know what y'all in the comment section. Matter of fact, put a chat if y'all hear if I'm back, or did they kill the stream? Damn. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. We're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.